Thank you for joining me for lesson 64 of Sefer HaMitzvos study. Today we are continuing, tonight we're continuing, um, and positive mitzvah number 153, which is to calculate the months and the years. Exodus 12:2 says, "This month shall be the beginning of months for you," and says goes on to say that Pesach, Passover, needs to occur during the month of Aviv, which is Nisan, which needs to coincide with Aviv, which generally means the spring, but also means the ripening of the barley, and so those things need to coincide. Because we are primarily on a lunar calendar, the calendar would shift constantly throughout the year, just like Islam has their calendar, and Ramadan, falls at different times of the year. Um, in Judaism, we would have the same thing if we didn't add a leap year, and so we need to add a leap year, and that's something again for the High Court to do. They would also make those rulings during the day, and now we're in the situation where we're holding to the calculations that Hillel used, and as we talked about previously, the there's a period of 19 years where the solar calendar and the lunar calendar are kind of moving around so the lunar year of 12 lunar cycles consists of 10 to 12 days less than the annual solar cycle. The lunar cycle is between 352 and 354 days, while the solar cycle is 364 days, and I think hours, which would mean that every year the Jewish calendar would become 10 to 12 days behind the solar one, eventually causing the holidays to fall during any season, such as having Passover during the early winter or late summer. So because of this, periodic leap years were established in order to have an extra month. So we fit in an extra month, and it could have been any month, but it is important for it to fall near Passover for various reasons. And so the month before Passover, before Nisan, the month of Adar is then doubled, and we have a second Adar added. These leap years are going to happen currently the way we're working from a calculated calendar. They're going to fall on the 3rd, the 6th, the 8th, the 11th, the 14th, and the 17th, and the 19th year of that cycle. Those will be the years that the leap year is added. Now, in the days of the High Court, they could add the leap year for other reasons beyond that. It could be, let's say, the barley isn't going to be ripe, or a very interesting one is the roads wouldn't be safe for travel, and all the pilgrims had to come up for the pilgrimage festivals, and and so if the roads weren't going to be maintained or be in a repaired state so that they could be traveled on, somebody could get hurt or die, or there could be delays, etc. Those would be reasons why they would also extend the year another month. And so there are various other reasons why that might take place. There's a lot of factors, but today we're going off of the calculations that were used by Hillel, and I've mentioned previously that we're basically upholding the rulings that were previously made by the High Court. All right. I believe. Let me double check here. I believe we still have one more. Yes, we do have. Another lesson on Rosh Chodesh next week, or tomorrow, with God's help. So we'll learn another aspect of that. Hopefully, this has been interesting to you. Rosh Chodesh is a very important part of the calendar, and we need to be educated in these things. Well, there's lots of reasons we should be educated in them, but this is all Torah. So I hope you're enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Shavua Tov. Have a good night.